Welcome back to my channel. Love coming back here, guys. Apologies, okay? I haven't made any videos for the last couple of days because I've been hammered down by work. Man, there's tons of stuff going on. But you know what? When I think about making videos for you guys and showing you my collection, talk watches, talk Seikos, talk iconic divers, it makes me feel happy. Isn't that what the beautiful thing about our watch collection is? It's like an area, it's like a corner in your life that you can relate to, that you can feel very comfortable when you're holding them. You can talk about it and find your peace of mind. So with that out of the way, thank you guys so much for coming back. I appreciate all of your support. Continue support of my channel. Keep liking it. Keep commenting on it. We're chatting about watches and keep subbing my channel. And with that, I forever appreciate your support. So please, if you haven't subscribed to the channel, if you check this channel out for the first time, if you like Seikos, if you love the brand, if you like this beautiful SNXS79J, we called it this Rolex Killer, whatever you want to call it. You know what, if you found any of my other videos on this channel helpful towards your journey of buying your automatic Seikos, your watches, your Seiko collection, your overall watch collections, please give it a sub. Please like it. Let's push this channel out. Let's get to the subscribers of 1,000. Alright guys, because we believe we're gonna get there one day. Alright, with that belief, let's get into today's topic. Now I know I've shown this watch a couple times. Just to clarify the model, SXNX. Sorry, it's SNXS79. As you see, this is made in Japan version. So this is the 79J version. Okay, it's under the Seiko 5, and of course it's been in production for many years now. Before I get into my view and my take on this watch and my experiences with it, let me talk about the story behind it. Okay guys, as we know, we're on YouTube all day long. We look at those well-known channels about what watches to buy, what watches they talking about, what watch supposed we need to add into our collection to get a feeling of what they feel. Now look at it. When you search up SNX, so let me just put it up closer. When you search up the SNXS79, guys, look at it. You tell me another watch that has just a watch 1.1 million views 3 years ago. So about 3 to 4 years ago. The more early ones, you look at that, so that's actually the one of the earliest one. But you look at the most recent one, right? So a 250,000 views by Adrian Barkin. For sure, those channels are larger. Look at those channels, right? Watchfinder and Co. This is last time. Remember, this is 700,000 subscribers channels, large, huge watch channels. They're talking about this watch. 1.1 million views. Peter Costa, our fellow auto watch reviewers in Australia, Peter Costa, 63,000 views. Guys, you get what I mean? Look, 60,000 views. So what I'm trying to say is, as we all know, there are so many of them. So as we know, the recipe of a success when it comes to watch is it has to be, I use the word, okay? It has to be hyped to a point. And then when people start collecting along the years, then the rationals start to settle in, right? And then we form a core collector, a core following of a design, of a line. Something similar happened to Monster. Happens to, as we know, there are so many Seiko models out there, old or new, that has cult following. So that's the recipe. It has to have a hype. It has to have people talking about it, attracting attention. So this watch is ticking that box. Actually better than 62 Mass, I would say. There are so many people talking about this watch. That's how I come across it. But of course, guys, if you're familiar with those videos that before today's my one, you would have seen the praise people talking about how good it is. That anthracite dial, that size, that hands, how beautifully everything put together. It's like the best Seiko that is, since life spread. Seriously, let me just get the hands out of the way first, guys. Excuse me. So, by the way, when I'm adjusting the time, I'm just telling you guys, alright, this is two pull. Yeah, there we go. So this is old movements, alright, old dog. 7S. Is this 7S26 or 7S20? It's the same thing to 7S26, 7S SKX. Okay, so you can't manual wind. you can't hack, as we all know, right? 7S, legendary 7S. So that's the movement. And guys, here's the thing. I bought this watch purely based on those other people's videos. I believed into what they saw and want to get a piece of it. That's what I started looking. And I bought this last year from Amazon US for, I think, for 105 USD. For 105 US, of course, I got it shipped here, plus the shipping, plus the what called the GST, the taxes here, ends up about 160, 170 Aussie dollars. But in terms of price, I just want to mention these. Okay, now you can still get eBay. If you eBay these, right? This is Croatian watches. This is Croatian watches on eBay. If you want to buy it directly from Croatian, see the price has gone up. Croatian watches, I've never bought from Croatian watches, but I find they typically is one of the most sort of well stocked when it comes to Seiko. Okay, if you want to buy anything, they would have it. We're not talking about price yet, but from a stock perspective, they should have more stock than a lot of other retailers. Okay, I think they're based in Singapore. Correct me if I'm wrong. And chime in down in the comments below if you bought from the Croatian watches, how the experience is. So they're selling for $176. All right. Now the next thing I want to show you guys is this one here. It's from Croatian watch as well, right? Still in stock, 231 AUD. So they're $50-$60 more than what I paid for. And if you remember those videos that, for example, Peter Costa made it, or Watch Code Finder, they made it. They quoting this watch was $100 watch. So from a price perspective, it's really gone up. I mean, think about it. You have those watch channels that having millions of subscribers. All adds up. Even if 1% of viewers that choose to buy it, that is still, we're talking about, 50, 60, 70,000 of those pieces flying off the shelf. And if you're knowing the 7S movements, you know how Seiko's direction into the future. They're not making 7S brand new movements no more. I can pretty much put my hands on heart. They're not. It will be senseless. It will be silly for them to keep investing money into the movements and pushing on those, right? It doesn't line up with what they're trying to do, which is going up the market, at least to make an impression for customers that the specs are going up so they can charge more money. Of course, they can charge the customer whatever the money they want as long as sales, okay? It's the same thing to any other products in life. All right. So from a price perspective, is it going up? From a supply and demand perspective, we know the supply is cutting dry. So guys, I'm just jumping to the conclusion right now. If you like this watch, if you want to have something dressy, nice in your collection, buy it. Go for, if I'm in your position, never had it, I want to buy one, I'll probably start looking at used conditions. Not saying there's going to be used, but at least you want to pick something mint. So people probably still sleeping on those models. Maybe they will give it away for $80, $90, even $100. Buy it. Because I think the value is still there, definitely there, which I'll go in a minute because I've got my SARB next to me as well. Okay, so now with the price, with what I've been seeing, and in my story of this watch out of the way, let's talk about the view that I have for this watch. Okay, first of all, I think it's very important because we're all Seiko collectors. We love the brand, right? I normally talk about divers, but today I'm gonna bring out my beautiful SARB 033. Now, there's no more introduction required to this watch. Everybody knows what it is. It becomes one of the to-do list of the SARB series of the 33. Of course, you have the creamed out 35, but 33 is legend. We all know that. But here's the thing. The SARB 03 is been discontinued for years. It's very hard to get a new one. Not to mention, if you're buying a new one, it will cost you north of probably $900, $1,000. Have a look at that for a while. But for the prices that I'm seeing, if you're seeing a good used condition, it still costs you north of $500, $600, even $700. Of course, if you can score between $300 to $400, go with all your life, right? But I'm talking about the things that I've seen. If you don't want to buy a used watch, if you want a new one, but you want something that gives you the similar vibe of that between sporty and dressy, and you don't want to buy the used SARB, but you don't want to pay that much money, this is a good choice, guys. So I'm going straight to my view on this. If you can get a SARB and you can only choose one, forget about the SNXS79. I just called it the baby Rolex Killer. Okay, they just killer, just for fun. But go for the SARB. Don't worry about that one. Go for the SARB. But if you can only choose one and you don't have the cash for this, I think this is really good choice. And we're gonna go into why. First of all, we talk about dimension. The dimension of this watch between 8 to 2 o'clock, between 8 to 2 o'clock is, you see, 38 millimeter. That beautiful size, wearing extremely elegantly. And now we move on to the lug to lug. The lug to lug is 42.5. It is a lady's watch. Well, you can call that in the way depending on, what kind of watches your lady prefer. But this is a very, very elegant vintage style size watch. So 38 lug to lug, 43-ish just under. Diameter was the 43 just under for the lug to lug. Thickness 11.5, guys. Look at it. 11.5. Although it looks a bit thicker because how short it is in terms of lug to lug. But this is a very thin watch, guys. Just for the comparison. So this is 11.5. And our beautiful Sarb is, well, same. I'm surprised. I thought this is 12.5. Well, there you go. Same thickness. 11.5. But smaller. Okay. Sarb is about, I think, 39. This is again, I'll just go to it again. Okay. Between 12 to 2. This is 38 millimeter. So that size is beautiful. And if you look at it, of course, the stock bracelet is not this one. I purchased this one from AliExpress. The stock bracelet is jingly. It's look, if you're gonna get this, buy this, I think about $10, 15 bucks. Oyster style. Look, I'm surprised how this $10 bracelet turns out. Of course, we know this is sorry guys, I just get the focus right. We know this is a pin, not even color, just push pin with stamp class. But look at the brushing for $15. Not bad at all, guys. I'm surprised by using the stock end link. All right, so you take that end link off. Of course, that was a Holly end link anyway, and you use the stock end link. And guys, it doesn't look bad at all. All right, I'm gonna put that dimension on my wrist, on my 7-inch wrist. As you guys seeing how the divers turn out on my wrist. But this is our Rolex Killer. Okay, the SNXS79J feels on my wrist. Elegant, beautiful. I actually had this watch. I haven't worn this watch for a while, and put it up yesterday about afternoon. I had it on my wrist for 6-7 hours. Couple things that I noticed. Number one, compared to a diver, this watch has no weight. It is so light as a feather. It's almost like giving your wrist a break, away from heavy divers. So really comfortable. And the second thing is, just look at how comfortable that is on your wrist. It is calm. The design of it is perfect, achieving the perfect balance between sportness and elegancy. It is a great piece, okay, guys? You understand what I mean, right? No watch is perfect, but I believe this watch is a home run, which was the current price. Now, if you ask me to pay 250 USD, 400 Aussie dollars for it, nah, I won't even bother to think about that idea. But for about 100, 120, again, if you love this watch, you can pay up to 179 US. I just checked you guys out on the creation.com on this particular model. Go for your life. 170 bucks. When the whole line discontinued, when Seiko stopped producing 7S movements altogether, officially, we're looking at maybe next year, the year after, this watch will retain its value really well. I don't see this watch in the future ever drops down to 100 to 120, especially if the economy picks up, when all watches start flying high again. 120 watch on this piece would be almost like a dream coming true, I'm telling you guys, because the highlights of this watch speaks volumes. Let's go into the details. The dimensions works very elegantly, and guys, I want to focus on the face of the watch. As we all know, that's what makes it special. Number one, let's talk about this dial. What's striking me is this is the SNXS79 is anthracite, which is this. The 77, I think, is blue. I could be wrong, but there's a whole lot of different colors. But of course, this stands out from the crowd. Now, speaking of anthracite color dial for Seikos, I do want to mention this. If you're new to this, if you're new to Seikos, if you're new to collecting Seikos, you probably don't know this. But for my fellow iconic Seiko collectors, you know, anthracite dial color was the original color on the 62 mass. The first diver the brand has ever produced. So anthracite has a historical importance for the brand of Seiko, especially if you correlate of how important divers are for the business now. So any anthracite dial Seikos that I find always ends up with not hype, but with high demand. I'm talking about SPB143, the 62 mass that has the anthracite dial. I'm talking about there's actually anthracite turtle. I think the model name is SRPC23. Discontinued, a collectible, very beautiful anthracite dial. Of course, anthracite dial works on different shapes and designs. What else is anthracite dial? I know there's a 3rd Gen Sumo. SBDC, I forgot. I thought SBDC 97 still on sale. Still, you can get a Sumo anthracite with that orange second hand. Beautiful. What else in anthracite dial? I'm sure all anthracite dials ends up being collectible, and I'm actually confused. Why not Seiko making an anthracite dial on a Willard? Because of the D's, I would have probably chose that instead of the green. Anyway. You guys understand what I mean. Anthracite dial has a special place in the Seiko collection journey. Okay, now moving along, the indices of this and the baton hands and the second hands is what given us the Rolex web. It is elegant. I'm just trying to get the zoom into it so you guys know what I mean. Okay, there you go, guys. You guys can see how elegantly each indices. It's do you guys call these stamped indices? But it's raised beautifully up from that little dial. It gives you a sense of quality. It gives you a sense of premium. Give you a sense of something that was being done with a clear intention behind it. It plays extremely well with the light. When that light hitting on the edge of each indices, that reflection is just so wonderfully beautifully. Okay, and with the 12 o'clock position, you can see that middle line there. I think is traditional what Seiko does on a dress and sports piece. I remember when I had the Grand Seiko white birch on my hand, it had 2 or 3 of that little line in between, which is beautifully. It just reflects light elegantly. Okay, the hands are polished. Look, you don't really call this gray polishing. Of course, the consistency go through the case as well. But for $120 watch, for even a $150 US dollar watch, I don't call this is bad. I'm calling it is enough to bring the detail of the watch out for us to see. Hands are polished, indices are polished beautifully, and that day and day window, even though it's got white colored day wheel underneath of it, which is a bit of obstruction of all. It would be so nice if that's anthracite as well, right, guys? But that frame of, look how elegantly it is, and just not on surface. If you guys look, I'm trying to focus even more, guys, for you, right? But if you guys look at you see the whole date window, actually the cut is all the way covering the edge of the, what do you call that, the side of the dial as well. So that just gives you tons of reflection when you're looking at it from different points. Hopefully my lighting conditions shine through, guys, because I'm trying to really show the beauty of this watch to you, for you. Okay, moving along, the Seiko 5, that Superman, I think this is the last generation of the Seiko 5 logo. Not bad at all. I'm liking it because it is very small, so you play with that Seiko extremely well underneath of it. We have the automatic and 21 jewels underneath of it. I'm telling you guys, the way they've done this dial, yeah, made in Japan, everything on it, it just screams elegant. I'm just gonna pause this dial on the different lighting condition for you guys for a minute, so you guys can see how it plays with different lights and how elegantly it truly is. We really have to give pieces like this a bit of time, a bit of good lighting to show its true quality, because I believe that's why we're buying this. Without that dial, without that indices and the hands, there will not be such a cult following by all the other well-known YouTube reviewers. Okay, and lastly, I just want to cover another detail of this beautiful dial is the amount of lume that they squeeze into each indices. Unbelievable, especially if you look at 6, 9, and 12 position, even doubling than what the rest of the indices are. And I'm just gonna use my palm to show you how good lume this is. For 125, 150 Seiko 5, that's a dress watch, and you know, between dress and sporty, the lume is amazing, guys. It's almost giving a lume in the daytime, isn't it? So that's the highlights of the watch. I truly believe this is, look, I'm just gonna say I'm not gonna selling it. All right, maybe one day I will flip for $100. I'll get someone else to enjoy this. Maybe one of my subscribers locally. But for now, I'm happy to see this. Something different, something unique, something knowing the Seiko is well known for. That is that they make watches across all different price tiers, and they still do home run designs and watches, guys. Look, I just put on the distance, right? This is 600. I'm just using 600 as a ballpark. 600, 120. 600, 120. Of course, we'll talk about other couple of things in a minute when it comes to comparison. They're not in the same quality. But man, I'm telling you, if you got $120, if you just graduated, you don't have a lot of money, you don't have a spare watch just waiting for fun when you go to the bar, you don't want to pick up a star, pick this up. You will not regret. Okay, you will not regret. Now, a couple things that the worth mentioning is, number one, the water resistant. SAR is 100-meter water resistant, as we all know. Okay, 10 bar. This is 3 bar. Okay, I know. Everybody's stressed. Oh, I can't wear this watch if it is raining out there. Yes, you can. I've done a video according to the Seiko's water resistant chart, and clearly explained the 3 bar is enough to take a beating when it's raining or it splashes on it. You can wash dishes with it, and you know Seiko always under promise and over deliver. So as the daily wear, of course, we don't call this daily wear. I can call this daily wear as long as you don't go in the pool every day. It is a fine daily wear pieces. Okay, so that was the water resist. And the second thing, I have a little bit of not issues, but I'm just telling you guys, okay, because it has got a 4 o'clock crown position, and you can tell it's a small watch. I understand that's probably aesthetically as large as they want to go with the crown, but guys, check it out. That crown is 4 millimeters, guys. That crown is 4 millimeters, so it's about almost half size as one of the big divers. Okay, so when I'm using this to adjust the time, I just feel like I can't get good grip. And plus, even though you're doing 2 put out to adjust the, so this is the second pull. Okay, guys, this is second pull. You see, it's literally contacting the case, so when adjusting it, I just don't get a good grip. I can still get it, it's very smooth, but you guys know what I mean. Okay, it is not that easy to adjust. Okay, you probably have to take a bit of time. Don't get frustrated, that's okay. It's not the worst in life, it's part of the first world problems, but just for you guys to understand, the crown is very small and it's a bit more difficult to adjust. So there is time accuracy. I don't have to talk about anything about 7S. You guys know what I'm talking about. Between that, 15 to 20, 25 seconds, you guys should be happy with it. Okay. So again, I'm gonna wrap this up, guys. I think I've covered a whole lot about this watch. Just in practical, in reality. Of course, my video is not as well made as the other YouTubers, as you know. This is just my style. Okay. So thank you for patience. Thank you for staying along for this beautiful baby Rolex Killer, the SNXS79 entry-side dial. It is a beautiful watch to have. Of course, depending on your personal situation, you might want to get it, you might not, and you know what, whatever you want to do with it, it's going to be a great choice. Okay, guys, let me know what you think. Any questions, please chime down in the comments below. If you do have the watching rotation for a little bit, share a bit of your experiences. If not, I'll see you guys in the next video. Okay, guys, bye bye, guys.